feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me.
It's week 2 of the NFL, and we'll see the Cowboys' superstar running back. He was steady for them on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Cowboys and the Dolphins. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they can be well set up for the rest of the year.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test his secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 101 yards, and a score.
But they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
Hands it off out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Jackson on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. On third down, Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They started on the ground with Eckler. The numbers for him from a week ago, 22 carries, 82 yards.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Lawrence finding Knox there, complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Now Lawrence. To the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. They kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
But to throw again is Lawrence. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Up the middle with Eckler. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. It's Eckler again. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for the Dolphins' first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there. Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Eckler now between the tackles. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Eckler. And some space, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Cowboys have recovered.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Ramsey. On the move past the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. The Miami defense trying to keep them out. They haven't let them in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal? Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
They'll try and run for it. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Lawrence. This is swung out to Eckler. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll get this to Eckler. And he is going to have the Dolphins' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the give, this is Eckler. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his 1st one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 39. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They go play action now. Lawrence. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Throw right side, going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And this will be caught by Mooney. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Eckler will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Eckler again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. That's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Ramsey. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. To throw again is Jackson. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. A good kick, 49 yards. Just 3 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Lawrence will throw. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, sure looked pretty coming off of his hand, but sometimes you might have to take a little bit off of it. That one looked a little too hot to handle.
Yeah, but off the tip, hey, they still got the catch, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Even when it goes wrong, it turns out right.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. His throw incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Lawrence. That's complete to Mooney. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Running on first down, Eckler. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Straight ahead, it's Spiller. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Lawrence to throw. And that will be incomplete. Now Lutz for the field goal try. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So, 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now Jackson on first down. Now a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Jackson now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Jackson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. That's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now a give running left is Eckler, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. A handoff, it's Eckler, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Once more, here's Eckler, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here is Eckler. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Lawrence locates Mooney on the out route. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Lawrence going to throw again.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Now Lawrence. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Lutz is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when they're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Lawrence. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now Lawrence. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
From the 40 now on 2nd down.
Lawrence. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. On second down, they'll run it here. Shifts by at the 15. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Jackson. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They go play action now. Jackson on the move to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll go as a sack and a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 2nd and goal. And that'll be marked down as their 1st sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the 1st half. And now they've gotten their 1st sack here in the 2nd half. Look out, they'll try to increase the pressure.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Cowboys go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Always important to get the 1st score of the 2nd half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the 1st score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll power his way up near the 25. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got Dobbs over the middle. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Dolphins
From the shotgun, Lawrence works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete to Dobbs. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Again, it's Lawrence. On the out route, he finds Hardman. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Now Eckler. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the 1st with Eckler. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, he finds his man, complete. It's Ramsey.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. 3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Jackson will throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Ramsey.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 56 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do? Put up signs that say, roads closed.
Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
5 yards remain on second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth.
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Knox.
Complete to Dawson Knox. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 29, Lawrence.
Going right back to Knox, and again a completion.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Eckler now between the tackles. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Lawrence. That's complete to Mooney.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now Lawrence on first down.
Buying time to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Chase Young picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he powers his way up past the 30. From the 31, Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Ramsey. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. From midfield now, here's Jackson.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
He finds his man, complete. It's Ramsey.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
On third down, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down, and the Dolphins defense is able to hold. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They started on the ground with Eckler, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Lawrence on 3rd down. Completes it again to Dobbs. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Throw right side, going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Toward the end zone, but that's going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They go play action with Jackson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Here's Ward to return.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the Dolphins now down by 12. And time, a huge factor. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
He's got Eckler. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Complete to Nicole Hardman. Out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Now Lawrence drops it underneath to Spiller. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So the clock sits at 16 seconds as they line up for the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
Feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.